Well, let me ask you something. Of all the Christmases, you know, we did this, and I always like to sit around once you get up in years, think back about the Christmases we used to have. What was your favorite toy that you got growing up? You know, was there one favorite thing? Like for me, it was like a bicycle or a basketball. I grew up in Indiana, and we always had a basketball under the tree, but then we always had a bicycle. What was your favorite?
Skates.
Skates? Yeah, I had skates. Yes, I got skates, roller skates.
When I was a kid coming up, everybody got skates.
Yeah.
And if you've been a bad boy, that's all you got. If you're a good boy, you might get a bicycle, you know.
Cat guns, too. I got cat guns. What about you, Brad?
Well, I'm going to date myself a little bit, but I remember the Christmas that we got Atari, which eventually turned into Nintendo, to PlayStation, everything they have now. So that was a big hit. When you're surrounded by the 2,500 pigs you were talking about, Atari was a big deal.
The only problem is that now you can't afford all the gadgets to go with it. We did it for our grandsons, and I said, why don't we get to take a loan out on the house to buy weed? Let me ask you a question. I was sitting at your table, and look at the highlight film. Are you sure you two teams aren't undefeated?
Bottom line, anything at the end. I thought one of the great things, I read the Florida State article too, they gave the kids a $400 Best Buy gift certificate, and that's like gold. I mean, they were going out there and spending it pretty good. So I think that's the thing that rewards the student athletes, for the guys that have done things right, to be able to get on this trip. It speaks volumes.
Bobby, how about you? Best part about bowling?
Well, I was just thinking, how would you like to be a team that don't go to a bowl? That's a bad sign, you know. But we've always felt like it's a reward for the players, and we're going to try to come as close to making it a reward as possible. But yet we can't give up the hard work, and we can't forget our number one goal, which is win the ball game. You know, but we still want to have some fun.
You know, I was looking at this thing, and people here know that you guys your teams have never faced each other. And I know how difficult that is in the regular season. You've not seen a team, knowing cadence and all this stuff. You look at all the film you won. How difficult is it now you're in a bowl game? It's the same to you guys once the game starts. It's a regular season game. How difficult is it to play a team for the very first time ever?
I like that. I hate it when you play somebody you know. In other words, we've caught Florida twice in bubbles. We've caught Miami twice in bubbles. That ain't no fun, you know. I like to play people I don't know. I think that's good. Wisconsin and Florida State, our kids had to play their kids had to play our kids. We got a couple of them, I think, that played together in high school. But it's not like when we played Miami or Florida, everybody knows everybody. So it's it's adventure, it's a thrill to play somebody from his side of the tracks, you know, and from the north, he's to the south. I think it makes a great match.
I wonder if it's other fist fight in a minute.
I don't want to start that thing again.
We won't go there. I just, you know, the same thing. I think our guys, early on, when I talked to Steve Logan with the bowl committee, and he threw out possibilities. He started talking about Miami and different teams that might be in the bowl outlet. And when I first mentioned Florida State to our players, I think there was an overwhelming response that they would be excited. We have a number of Florida kids on our roster, and just because of what Coach Bowles has been able to do at Florida State and the history they have, all the kids grew up with Florida State, seeing what they did in college football. So to have this meeting finally take place, and our kids thrive in this environment. I'd love to be back in Orlando. I've been here for 2 bowl games, won both of them, so we're excited about going out there and see what happens Saturday.
Won both of them. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I sure did. Sure did.
Bobby, how about the old season? Was there a one play or one game or one series, a turning point of the season that actually turned the season around or got you going in the right direction?
I don't call 8-4 turn around the season.
Yeah.
You know, it's got to be better than that. Yeah. You know what? There's probably quite a few things that happened that enabled us to win 8 ball games. You know, we're like him. We ain't happy with that. You know, and so I can't think of one. I guess it could too. When Gano came on. When Gano came on the scene, he missed our first 2 ball games. We brought him in an emergency situation to kick in the next ball game, lined him up for a 52-yard field goal. He missed it far enough, but he missed it. And then hit it 18 in a row. And so I guess I could say, yeah, that was a starting point of something.
And you're going to have a lot of these guys back. I think
got a good
you said this was your youngest team in your 39 years or
in my
50 years or whatever.
About 55.
55.
Yeah, wait.
Just missed it a couple of years. What the heck?
In my 55 years, the most I can ever remember is starting one freshman on the offensive line, one. And you try to cover him up. And we start three that this time of year go playing high school ball. You know what? And but I couldn't ask for more out of those young men. You know.
Well, Brett, how about you? Turning point in the season?
I think there's actually a clip of it on film there. Our Illinois game after we had been on a little bit of a skid that you mentioned earlier. Ness mentioned about a 4-game streak in the Big Ten. We came back and we're playing Illinois, and there's a play where David Gilreath caught a deep dig route. He outran some people, broke a few tackles, and there was not only him running the football, the protection was there was an execution of the throw, and there was a couple great blocks down the field. It was a routine play that all of a sudden turned into a touchdown. We won that game and went on to play pretty good football after that. We had a hiccup at Michigan State, but it says a lot about the character of the team and the chemistry to come back and play the way they did.
Gentlemen, thank you very much, coaches. We're going to take a break and bring up